Looking for fun hacks to do after school? We've got some hydro dip crafts that you'll enjoy doing as much as we do. If you love this video, show us some love by giving us a big thumbs up and subscribing to the Crafty Hackers channel. Ready, set, hydro dip. iPhone case. Want to customize your phone case? It's easy with hydro dip. Once you're done, text your bestie straight away and tell her about your cool new phone case. You can also add some polka dots on top with some more nail polish. So cute! Candle eggs. Gently cut the end with an X-Acto knife, making a small hole. Then let the egg drop out of the hole so your shell stays intact. Then paint your eggshell whatever color you like. We chose this shimmery gold color. Next, grab a candle and cut away pieces of wax. Place the wax pieces into a dish and melt them in the microwave. Cut the wick to fit in the shell and carefully pour the wax into the shell. Hold the wick in place until the wax dries. When the wax hardens, you'll have a lovely set of candles. And all from a few eggshells. Just place them in the lid of a jar to hold them upright. See how they glow? Painting. Grab a rectangle of foam and cut it into a frame. Next, cut a piece of foam to the size of the frame and add a toothpick to its center. Now get ready to hydro dip. Add different colors of nail polish to a bowl of water. Then dip your foam canvas inside. Wow, this is so cool and abstract. A real work of art. Watch out, Picasso, we're the next master painter. And now you have art to add to your Barbie's room. So chic. Hairbrush. Dip the back of your doll's hairbrush in the hydro dip, and voila! So cute! Spinner. Gum up your fidget spinner with hydro dip. Dip one side and look! A one-of-a-kind pattern as unique as you are. Coffee mug. Build Barbie a mug out of modeling clay. Then hydro dip them and give them to your Barbie. She is loving her hydro dip mugs and bagels. Snack time never tasted so good. Frozen. Design Elsa's dress with hydro dip. Add your favorite nail polish colors to the bowl. Then dip the bottom part of her dress in the bowl. Wow, she is loving her new designer dress. Lamp. Grab a few beads and hot glue them into a tower. Find a bottle cap to make the lampshade. Get your hydro dip ready and dip in the lampshade. Ta-da! The cutest lamp ever for your Barbie! Backpack. Cut the tip off of a balloon and thread the cut off part all the way around. You want a drawstring on top and backpack straps. Create a new batch of hydro dip and dip the front of the backpack inside. Make another one for Barbie's bestie and they're all ready to go to school. Lip balm. Get yourself ready for school with custom lip balm. Hydro dip the top and bottom halves of your lip balm. If you want the pattern exactly halfway, you can pop out the lip balm part and then dip each half of the container. Look at that! So cool! Donuts. Make some donuts out of modeling clay. Then dip them in the hydro dip. Barbie's now all ready for snack time. Dolphins. Make your dolphins even cuter with hydro dip. Our dolphin Jenna had fun swimming in the hydro dip, and now she's ready for new adventures. Carpet. Grab a gift pouch and cut out one panel. Prepare your hydro dip and dip it in. You'll see the pattern appear over time. Then hot glue all the way around the panel and add some ribbon. Cut off the frayed ends and add it to Barbie's home. She's loving her stylish rug, and she's so ready for her next slumber party. Plastic bottle backpack. Keep the lid from an old deodorant container. You know what to do. Hydro dip and then let the lid dry. Now pierce 2 holes on its side and attach a length of string to it. Do the same on the other side. Place Barbie's things inside and wow! She now has the cutest purse in the whole wide world. Skirt. Now Anna needs a stylish skirt. Dip her skirt in the hydro dip and cover undipped parts with glittery nail polish. So pretty. Anna is loving it. Mini iPhone. Barbie needs a cell phone to call her bestie. Make one with an artificial nail. Print or draw a cell phone on a piece of paper and cut it out. Then grab some craft foam and trace the phone on it. Cut it out. Then hot glue it inside the nail. Then add some more glue and stick the phone part inside. Cut off any extra pieces and file it down. Paint the backside of the nail with some nail polish. Then trace the sides with a permanent marker. With another shade of nail polish, add a cute design. When it's dry, test it out. Barbie loves her adorable new phone. This is so awesome. Gloves. Barbie is going to a ball, so we need to make her some pretty gloves with some cute nail polish. Wrap tape around Barbie's arms up to the height you want the gloves to be. Prepare the hydro dip. Now dip Barbie's arms inside. And wrap the tape and ta-da! Barbie now has funky gloves to match her beautiful dress. She is ready to meet her Prince Charming. Purse. Create the hydro dip and dip Barbie's fave accessories inside. She is going to love, love, love the makeover we did on her things. She can also bring them to the ball and be the most fashionable girl there. Headphones. Here's how to make Barbie's headphones even cooler. Dip them, then let them dry. Give them to Barbie so she can listen to all the latest hits. She's jamming to these awesome tunes. Even music sounds better with pretty headphones. Dinosaurs. Make sure your little brother doesn't mind you stealing his dinosaurs and making them even more awesome. Prepare the bowl and give those dinos a makeover. Wow, these dinos are out of this world. They're now also ready for the ball. Mask. What if you want to go to the ball too? Get a curtain party mask. Prepare the hydro dip. Submerge the mask in the bowl. As it dries, add a new layer of glitter. Wow, you're now also ready to go. Yoga pants. After a night of dancing, Barbie will want some yoga pants to chill in. Design the coolest pair for her with hydro dip, of course. Dip Barbie's legs inside and then bring them out. They can be yoga pants or the best pair of tights ever. You decide. Help Barbie find her shoes, and she's ready to hang out with her bestie. She has so much to tell her after last night's party. Pony. Can your My Little Pony be even cuter? We think so. Hydro dip her with the prettiest shades of nail polish you have. Protect her hair, and now she has the coolest onesie ever. So cute. Dress. Start by taking Barbie's dress and adding scissors inside, like this. Let it dry, then flip the sheer layer back over the skirt part. Look at that, all glammed up. We are just loving the patterns that the hydro dip so easily makes. Barbie now has a new look for the next ball. pencils. Bring the fun to school by hydro dipping your pencils. Dip it in like this. Let it dry, and now you have the coolest pencil to doodle with. Red dress. For this cool hack, you'll need some red elastic and some red Velcro. Ready for a new dress, Barbie? First, cut your elastic into 8 even sections. Measure and cut the Velcro to the size of Barbie's back. Now, hot glue the elastic sections along the Velcro. Now, wrap the elastic sections around Barbie with the Velcro strip in the back. Hot glue the strips into place like this. Do this all the way around to the bottom of the dress. Use a chopstick to press down the hot glue until it cools and dries. Adjust the straps so that it looks like a mini dress. Cut the extra elastic in the back. Now Barbie's ready for that party. Denim jacket. For this, copy the pieces of paper here to make your own denim jacket pattern. When you're done, attach the pattern pieces to a piece of old denim. You want to use a piece of denim with seams. You'll want seams on the bottom and just below the shoulder, just like a real jean jacket. You can incorporate your favorite aspects of your denim jackets into Barbie jackets. Mark the denim with tailor's chalk. Cut it out along the lines you traced. It can be hard to cut through the seams, so be careful. Now use the cutout to trace the other side of the jacket. Using the same principle, make the seams appear at the same place on the jacket. Now you've got the front cut out. Let's work on the back. You want to fold the fabric in half to trace this out. Cut along the lines. Now you've got the back of the jacket. Let's give her some sleeves. Trace out the sleeve pattern twice. You're going to roll these up to go around Barbie's arms. Line the fabric up like this. Fold the pieces over together and start sewing. Start with the front section, sewing the shoulder pieces to the back section like this. Now do the other shoulder. Time to add the sleeves. Sew them so that the seams fold towards the inside. Now fold the jacket into place. Turn it inside out and sew the sleeves up. While the jacket is inside out, go ahead and sew up the sides. Now turn the jacket right side out. Let's give it a collar. Make sure you trace along a seam to get that finished look on the collar. We use the bottom of a pocket flap. Sew the collar in place. You can use a belt loop for the back belt of your jacket. Just hot glue it into place. Time for some fun patches. Use whatever inspires you. We love this big bee for Barbie. Let's try it on. Add a couple of studs or buttons for a more finished look. Bet you didn't know you could make a jean jacket before now. Way to go. Barbie is so stylish. Bucket bag. For this, you'll need some fun vinyl fabric. Fold one side over and pin it, like this. Apply hot glue along the edge. Fold it and glue it together. Remove the pins. Now do the same on the other side. Fold in the edge and hot glue the edges together. Punch holes in the top corners like this. Fold the bag in half so that the opposite sides are touching, and fold the center piece together. And punch another hole through the center. You should have 4 holes on each side of the purse when you're done. Thread some string through the holes. You can gather the top of the purse together, like this. Use a jewelry chain as the purse strap. Just hot glue the ends to the inside of the bag. Use a chopstick to push the chain into place. Gather the bag closed and tie the string. Cut off the excess string. Now to accessorize. Get some decorative beads. Use a needle to hot glue the end of the string inside the hole in the bead. That is a high fashion bag. Mini burger. Get a medicine dropper or syringe from the medicine cabinet. Take the syringe apart and cut off the top of the inside. Use it as a mini bun cutter. Pierce it through a hamburger bun like this. Cut off the other end and push the bun out with a chopstick. Cut open the bun. Now use your cutter to make some cheese slices. Next, make the patty. Cut out a piece of lunch meat. Slice a small cucumber and a cherry tomato. Top it off with the other piece of cheese and the bun. Use a toothpick to hold it all together. Use a makeup lid as a plate and cut out some tiny napkins. That is one impressive burger. Hair comb. Use an old mascara wand and cut off the end. Hot glue a pearl to the end. And brush all the tangles away.
House in a bottle. Clock. Want to make a dollhouse clock? Here's how. First, print and cut out a clock face. Glue the clock face to the back of a button. Now you've got a tiny clock that will fit in any dollhouse. Curtains. For this, you'll need a long craft stick. Break the stick in half. Now cut a length of tulle. Cut a piece of textured ribbon. Gather the tulle together and tie the ribbon around it. Hot glue the end of the tulle to the craft stick. Fold the tulle over so it looks like a curtain rod. Do this again on the other half of the stick. Floor lamp. For this, you'll need decorative paper. Then you're going to glue a craft stick to the back of a button. Stack beads onto the stick all the way up. Mark your craft paper and wrap a big bead or button on the paper to measure. Cut out the paper. Hot glue the paper onto the bead. Use pliers to cut the stick down. Now hot glue the lampshade into place on the base. Candy box sofa. Take a mint or a candy box and turn it into a sofa for your dollhouse. Use a rectangular kitchen sponge for the cushion. Trace around the box with a marker and cut the sponge down to size. Now wrap the sponge in a fun handkerchief. Put the cushion in the candy box. Trace and cut another sponge for the back of the couch. Glue the fabric around the sponge and put it in the top part of the box. Such a cute sofa! Okay, it's time to make the dollhouse. Grab a large jug. It could be an empty laundry detergent container or a juice jug. Mark the opening with a Sharpie. Heat up the blade on your box cutter to make it easier to cut through the plastic. Carefully cut out the opening. Smooth out the edges with some sandpaper. Let's make a window in the back. You know the drill. Draw it on, heat up the blade, and cut it out. Remember those curtains you made? Time to glue them in place over your window. Glue the clock on the wall and add some fabric for a rug. Place the couch and the lamp inside and let your doll relax in her new little home. It's about the size of a New York City apartment. Lunchbox dollhouse. Here's a fun thing you can do with your lunchbox. Start with some mini plants. Measure a length of construction paper with a bottle cap. Glue the paper around the bottle cap. Cut 4 or 5 pieces of thin wire. Add a piece of masking tape to the end of the wire. Fold it over itself with the wire inside. Now cut the tape into the shape of a leaf. Color or paint the leaf green. Do this with all of your wire pieces until you have a little plant. Get your bottle cap pot and put some hot glue in the bottom. Glue the plant to the inside of the pot. And there you go! Let's make another plant. For this one, we're going to use a cork and some green felt balls. Glue the balls to the top of the cork. Add a pink felt ball so it looks like a little flower. If you cut the top off a champagne cork, you can turn it into a cool little pot. Just hot glue a big green felt ball to the top and you've got yourself another little houseplant. Coffee table. Use a mason jar lid or a small metal lid with a hole in the center. Trace around the lid onto a decorative piece of paper. Cut it out. Hot glue the paper onto the top of the lid. Boom! Coffee table. Sponge sofa. Cut out a piece of sponge so it looks like a little sofa. Line the sofa with fabric and mark the spots you need to cut. Hot glue the fabric onto the sponge. Roll up a thin strip of fabric. Fold it over on itself until you have a little cushion, then glue it in place. Now open your lunchbox. Measure, trace, and cut the fabric inside of the lunchbox. Glue the fabric into place. Glue some decorative paper on the top. Draw a window for the center part of the lid. Glue it in. Glue a strip of felt fabric to line the sides of the lunchbox. Use popsicle sticks for shelves. Cut a couple of them in half and glue the sides of the sticks onto the lid. Add crepe paper to the window for curtain. Let's move the couch in. Those smaller cushions you made look like the arms of the couch. Decorate your house with the houseplants, the clock, the lamp, and any other cute little knickknacks you can find. She sure looks comfy. Photo frames house. Let's start with a fireplace for this little home. Pull the back and glass out of a plastic photo frame. Mark the sides for cutting. Get a small saw and heat it up with a lighter to make it easier to cut through the plastic. Saw one side of the frame off. Now take a sponge and squirt some gray acrylic paint onto it. Use the sponge and dab the paint onto the fireplace frame. It will make it look like marble. Trace the size of the fireplace onto some silver paper. Cut it out, attach it to the frame, and set it aside. Pallet furniture. Get your hands on a little pallet and grab some fabric. Wrap the fabric around the pallet and mark where you need to cut it. Cut out the fabric, get some stuffing or padding, and place it on the fabric. Wrap the fabric around it and glue it in place. Fold the sides over like a present and glue them together too. Next, glue the cushion onto the pallet. Make a few of these pieces of furniture and cushions the same way. Padding, fabric, wrap it around, glue it, then glue the sides. Mini picture. Pull the matting out of a picture frame. Find or print a cool piece of art or a picture. Trace and cut. Glue the picture into the matting. Mini glass table. For this, you'll need corks and a piece of clear plastic. Using a box cutter, cut the 4 corks to make them all the same size. Next, cut out a piece of clear plastic. You can use one from an old toy package. Hot glue the corks to the 4 corners of the plastic. Now you've got a glass table for your dollhouse. Now for the house. Glue some wood frames together like this. The cool thing about this construction made out of frames is that you can change the backgrounds inside the frames, transforming the interiors anytime you want. Use another frame on the bottom as the floor. Add your pallet furniture, your cushions, houseplants, and art. Now Barbie has a stylish home to relax in. Ready to decorate? Change it up with some fabric and the pallet furniture. Put in the fireplace, new art, and your mini glass table, and accessories. Now it looks like a whole new place. Add some battery-operated tea lights as the fire in the fireplace. Barbie seems to like her new room.
Speech bubble. Here's a fun craft you can do with a speech bubble from your favorite comic book. There are so many awesome phrases from comic books. Let's find a way to show them off. First, find the speech bubble you love and cut it out. Next, lay out a piece of aluminum foil and set the speech bubble on it. Trace around the speech bubble, leaving a little room on the outside. Use some hand cream on the foil before using your hot glue gun. This prevents the glue from sticking to the foil and makes it easy to remove once it's set. Use hot glue to make the shape of the speech bubble you just traced out. Use a toothpick to shape the glue. Once the glue is set, use an X-Acto knife to cut out the bubble. It should look something like this. Now, take some nail polish and paint your new speech bubble frame. Use aluminum foil to protect your table from the paint. After one side is dry, flip it over and paint the back and the sides. Now you've got a frame for your speech bubble. Glue the cutout onto your new frame and glue it in place. Use a large needle to pierce a hole in the bubble. You can feed the end of the keychain through the hole. Now you've got a speech bubble from your favorite comic book character on your keyring. Frame. Looking for ways to make that boring white frame way cooler? We've got an idea. First, pull the mat out of the frame. Then, cut pieces out of your comic book. Cut several pages at a time and cut various shapes and sizes. Next, glue the little pieces of comic book pages onto the mat from your picture frame. Keep gluing until you've covered the whole mat. You can overlap the pieces to add texture. Use a damp paper towel to wipe away any extra glue. Doesn't that look cool? Now put the mat back inside the frame. Add your favorite superhero picture inside and enjoy. Organizer. Here's another use for your old comic books. Carefully remove the cover. Then cut the comic book in half with a box cutter. You'll probably need to do this in sections. After you've cut it, stand it up and divide it into 5 even sections. Clip the sections together. Get your glue and a paintbrush. Apply the glue to the spine of the book, roll a section over, and glue it onto the spine. Repeat this process with the remaining sections. Glue a cutout speech bubble on the top of the spine for fun. Now you've got a cool organizer for your pencils, markers, paintbrushes, and anything you want. Shoes. Believe us when we say that comic books and footwear do go together. Here's how. Carefully cut out the heads and bodies of your favorite superheroes from a comic book. Get a pair of plain flats and some Mod Podge from the craft store. Paint the Mod Podge on the shoe and stick the comic book art onto it. Use a sponge to make sure it sticks completely. Do this all the way around the shoe, covering it completely. When the shoes dry, they will look totally awesome. Earrings. Here's a way to make one-of-a-kind earrings from your old comic books. Check it out. Get an earring making kit from the jewelry section of the craft store. Use the clear front as a guide when you cut out the picture you want so it's the same size as your earring. Trace around the front of the earring with an X-Acto knife. Pop out your picture. Now do the same for the other earring. Use a glue stick to glue the picture onto the earring. Now assemble the hook to the back of the earring. Use pliers to tighten the fastener. Glue the front of the earring with the picture inside to the earring back. Now you've got super earrings. Table placemat. Here's a way to add some fun to your dining experience. Pull out your favorite comic book and open it up to the middle. Carefully remove the center pages. Cut it to fit your clear page protector and slide it in. Now you've got a cool placemat. Comic book lamp. Do you remember that comic book we cut in half? Well, grab another half and get ready to turn it into a lamp. Cut a bunch of random pieces of different shapes and sizes out of the comic book. Trace out your favorite symbol, like the Batman symbol. Use it as a template and trace it onto a page out of the comic. Cut it out. Now use an X-Acto knife to cut the bat symbol out of the page. It should look like this when you're done. Apply some glue to the back of your symbol and glue it to a wine bottle. Use a damp paper towel to remove any excess glue. Next, grab your comic page pieces and some glue. Apply the glue to the outside of the bottle with a paintbrush. Glue the pieces to the bottle. Keep going until you've got the whole bottle covered. it looks like this. Now for the lamp part. Feed some string lights inside the bottle. Turn the lights on to illuminate the bat signal. Comics for plants. Did you know you can use comics to grow plants? Grab an old comic book and a small tray. Set the comic book onto the tray in the upright position. Secure it with a rubber band and grab some seeds. We chose oregano seeds, but feel free to choose whatever seeds you like. Put the seeds between the pages of the book. Pour water onto the tray and on top of the book. The seeds will sprout right out of the pages. Now a plant's growing out at the top. .3D panel. Here's a cool trick. First, get a print of your favorite superhero logo and put it over a page in a comic book. Cut out the logo with an X-Acto knife. Use the glue stick to glue the comic book page logo onto a white piece of paper. Cut off the white paper on the outside. Stick foam stickers on the back of the logo. Add another layer of foam stickers. Now glue the foam stickers to the inside of a picture frame. Now you've got a 3D art piece in the shape of your favorite superhero logo. Boutonniere. Want to have a totally original boutonniere for a superhero-themed wedding party? Check this out. Pull your favorite pages from your comic book. Measure the page into 3 equal sections with a ruler. Cut them out in strips. Do the same for the second page. Now that you got them cut out, measure even squares at the top and cut them out. Use these squares as a template and cut out more squares that are the same size. Origami time! Fold your square into a triangle. Then fold the corners up to the top point. Open the fold and fold again so that they point out to the side. Fold the corners back and then fold the edges up. Glue the sides together. Use tweezers to pull folds to center. Repeat with the other comic squares until you have a bunch. Now glue the pieces together to make a flower. Make smaller flowers using smaller comic squares. Cut some pieces of craft wire and feed them through the center of the flower. Wrap a piece of craft wire around the wire stems of the flowers. Use wire cutting pliers to cut away the excess wire. Wrap a ribbon around the wire to make a nice stem. Glue the ribbon into place. Add a cut ribbon detail at the top with a hot glue gun. Can you believe this used to be a comic book page? Bag for small things. Pull out your favorite comic book and rip out a page. Cut it to size. Then wrap the page around a shampoo bottle. Glue the comic book like this. Then fold the bottom of the page and glue it together. Once the glue is dry, remove the bottle. Put in your belongings and close it with a binder clip. Now you've got a stylish way to store your small items just like a superhero. Bookmark. Here's a clever way to make a bookmark. Trace out an L shape in a page of your comic. Cut it out. Trace 2 diagonal lines in a shape and cut them out. Now it looks like an arrow. Fold the corner of the arrow down. And fold the other corner over it. Glue it into place. Attach the bookmark over the corner of the page you want to save. Now you can easily find your page again. Tennis ball puppet. You can make this cute little friend with an old tennis ball. All you need are some googly eyes and a box cutter. Start by very carefully using your box cutter to make a cut about 1.5 inches wide through your tennis ball. Look at that little mouth! To give the puppet some hair, grab yarn and a tape dispenser. Wrap the yarn around like this. Next, feed the yarn through and tie the middle of the tape. Tie the strands together to secure. Now use some sharp scissors to cut the yarn on the ends. Glue your pom-pom on top, and now this crazy-haired friend can chomp around all day long. Elephant can stilts. If you've ever wanted to be taller or just stomp around like an elephant, this hack is for you. Start by using a can opener to punch some holes in the sides of the unopened ends of 2 large cans. Next, on the bottom sides of these cans, use a dry erase marker to draw your elephant toes so you can easily erase if you make a mistake. Now give your elephant feet a pedicure and paint the toenails with some nail polish to give your stilts some color. Next, define the toenails with a darker colored nail polish. These guys are almost ready for a stroll. Next, thread some thick string through the holes you punched that's long enough to reach from your hands to your feet when it's folded in half. Now step on your cans using the strings to keep them attached to your feet. Coat hanger basketball hoop. Turn any room into the court with this fun hack. For this, you'll need an old corkboard, some paper, a hanger, tape, and a marker. Start by taping the paper to the center of the corkboard and use a colored marker to make the box design on the backboard. If you have it, this is a great use for colored duct tape too. Next, bend your coat hanger into a circle for your hoop and bend the hook at a right angle like this. Poke a hole through the corkboard and stick the hanger through the hole. Now secure the hook of the hanger to the back of the corkboard with some tape. Bend pipe cleaners to make a net for your hoop. Now you can hang up your basketball hoop and get ready to play ball. Kaleidoscope. See your world in a whole new light with this cool and simple hack. For this, you'll need some aluminum foil, wrapping paper, and a long cardboard tube. You'll also need an old cereal box, a ruler, scissors, and translucent colored beads. Start by cutting down the side of your cereal box. Next, trace your ruler to mark 3 long rectangles and cut them out. Next, wrap your cardboard strips with some tin foil and use tape to secure. Use the end of your cardboard roll to mark 2 circles on a piece of flat, clear plastic and cut them out. Now mix your beads together in a bowl and add them to the open end of the tube. Now grab your hot glue gun and attach your 3 foil wrapped pieces of cardboard into a long tubular triangle. Once the glue sets, you can slide it right inside of the open end of the kaleidoscope. Then you can attach the other clear piece of plastic over the open end with some hot glue. Decorate your kaleidoscope by rolling the tube in wrapping paper. Folding one edge over like this will make a seam look a lot cleaner. Use your glue to seal down the seam of your paper. And there you have it! Get ready to bend light and color with this trippy trinket. Bubble Snake Maker. Here's a way to up your bubble game. Gather a plastic bottle, a sock, rubber band, some dish soap, and water. Start by using a box cutter to slice off the bottom of your plastic water bottle. Next, cut your sock like this and pull it over the open end of your water bottle. Secure it with a rubber band. Now for your bubble solution. Mix together a big squirt of dish soap and some water. Once it's all mixed together, take your contraption outside and pour some of the bubble solution inside the bottle. Close the cap and give it a nice healthy shape. Now uncap your bottle, wrap your mouth around the opening of the bottle, and blow. Look at these crazy long bubble snakes. Rainbow ribbon wand. For this hack, you'll need a stick, a keychain ring, an eyelet, some markers, white ribbon, and some rubbing alcohol. Start by unrolling the ribbon and use your markers to draw in thick stripes. Once you've drawn the stripes, use the alcohol to help the colors blend together for a pretty watercolor look. Look at this tie-dye style masterpiece. Now put your keyring through the eyelet and screw the eyelet into the end of your branch. Pull one end of your ribbon through the keyring and use hot glue on the ribbon to secure it into a loop like this. Once the glue sets, it's time to break out your ribbon routine dance moves. Sock bunny. If you're anything like me, you've got a lot of solo socks hanging around. Let's give one of those socks an adorable purpose. Grab a sock, some rice, a marker, some scissors, thread, and ribbon. Use a spoon to fill the sock with rice. Next, tie thread around the sock like this to make a head and body. Now make some bunny ears by cutting off any extra fabric from the top of the sock. Cut a V-shaped piece from the center to make 2 ears. Now it's time to decorate your bunny. Tie a ribbon around the neck for a dapper little bow tie, and draw on its face with a marker. Look how snuggly this chubby little guy is. Egg maracas. Don't put that rice away yet, it's time to make your own percussion section. You'll also need to grab some colored tape, plastic eggs, and spoons. Start by filling 1/2 of your egg with rice. Seal the eggs shut, and put the concave side of your spoons on either side of the plastic egg. Starting from the bottom, wrap everything in tape. Once you get all the way to the top, give these festive little maracas a shake. Gift paper Barbie dress. Here's an easy way to give Barbie a fresh new look. Grab your glue stick, a plate, a pencil, and some rubber bands. First, glue 2 rectangles of paper together and roll your Barbie up to make a simple tube dress. Use glue stick to hold it in place. Next, use a plate to trace out a big circle. Now mark the space for a smaller circle in the center. Stack some sheets of tissue paper and use your top sheet as a guide to cut out 2 more circles. Fold the circle in half and cut out a small circle in the center. Pull the circle around Barbie's waist and secure it in pleats with a glue stick. Now pull one of the tiny elastic bands around Barbie's waist to hold the skirt in place. Fold the remaining sheets in half and then half again. Now snip off the tip to make a hole in the center. Glue the layers together around the center circle. Now slide Barbie's legs through the center hole. Shape the layers and glue them in place. Lastly, use scissors to shape the neckline of the dress. This little lady is ready to be seen. Tissue Barbie wedding dress. Oh no, it's Barbie's wedding day and all you have to wear are Kleenex. Don't get cold feet just yet. Fold a tissue into a thin rectangle and twist. Wrap around Barbie's neck to make a halter top. Next, fold a tissue in half and make a fold about 1 inch thick. Glue it down and wrap this piece around Barbie's waist. Glue down any extra tissue in the back. Next, use your glue stick to attach slightly crumpled pieces of tissue along the waist to make a fuller skirt. Use your hands to scrunch the tissue to make a slightly fuller skirt. Now Barbie's ready to say I do. Repurposed truck. Start with a toy dump truck and add a layer of masking tape around the bed of the truck's back. Now use spray paint to coat the truck and make the body of the truck an even color. We wore gloves to make sure the paint didn't stain our hands. Once it's dry, peel off your masking tape. Now load the back with books and use the window for pencils in this funky desk organizer. Domino clock. Turn your toys into this clock that looks like a piece of modern art. First, grab a picture frame and choose a piece of colored paper for the back of your clock. Next, glue the paper to the backing of the frame. Mark a hole in the center of the backing. Now use a pencil to punch a small hole in the center. Arrange your dominoes around the board just like the numbers on a traditional clock. Use hot glue to hold the dominoes in place. Next, you're going to glue the motor from a clock to the back of the board. Now assemble the clock hands in the front. Put the backing back in the frame, and find a place to hang up this funky new clock. Barbie ring. This ring is bound to start some conversations. Start by sawing the hands off a Barbie. Heating up your saw with a lighter like this will help make the cut easier. Next, find a ring base that looks like this. Put hot glue on the base and attach the hands so the palms are facing each other. Next, grab a gem with tweezers and use hot glue to attach it between Barbie's hands. I think this is the definition of statement jewelry. Organizer. Here's a grown-up way to keep your stuffed animals close by you all day long. Start by grabbing a plush toy. Next, make a cut near the back of its head and neck and remove the stuffing. Fill the cavity with a pint glass, and voila! You got an adorable organizer for any room in the house. Puzzle card. This is a great way to repurpose a puzzle that might have lost a piece or two along the way. Put together your puzzle so you know what pieces fit together. Paint nail polish onto your first piece and cover it with glitter to hide the image on the puzzle piece. Do the same with the second piece, but cover it with a different color glitter. Next, grab a blank card and attach the pieces to the front with craft glue. This is a super cute message to write on the cover, but feel free to personalize it. Next, fill it with a sweet message and send it off to someone you love. Door stopper. Hold your horses, this hack is incredible. Grab an old toy pony and something heavy enough to hold a door with. Attach the pony to the base with some hot glue. Now spray paint the entire thing gold with spray paint. Now set it in front of your door for a wild way to hold it open. Hairband. You know that ring on the soda bottle cap? We're gonna turn it into something beautiful for Barbie. Carefully cut the ring off the bottle, then measure it to fit Barbie's head. Fold the ribbon in the center to make it a little triangle. Then fold one side over the triangle. Now fold the other side over, keeping alternate folds until it looks like this. Now hold one side of the ribbon and push the other ribbon up to make a little flower. Use a bit of needle and thread to sew the flower and keep it in place. Cut off the extra ribbon piece. Now fold a small piece of green ribbon over like this. Heat it up so it holds its shape. Once you've got enough for a flower wreath, you can start hot gluing the flowers to the bottle cap ring. Since the leaves are so tiny, it's better to put some hot glue onto a lid or paper plate. Use tweezers to hold the leaves and dip them into the glue. Glue the leaves between the flowers like this. Isn't she lovely? Hot tub. Even Barbie needs some rest and relaxation. So let's make her a hot tub. Grab a shoebox and remove the lid. Use a plastic container and trace the bottom of it onto the lid. Cut it out with an X-Acto knife. Put the lid back on the box and put the plastic container inside. Now for the faucet. Cut the bendy part from a blue straw. Hot glue the end closed. Hold it together with tweezers so you don't burn yourself. Now glue a silver bead or button onto the end of another straw. Paint with silver nail polish. Glue some buttons to the inside of the tub as little jets and a drain. Now glue your faucets into place. Barbie needs some shampoos and bubble baths around the tub. You can make these by gluing beads and jewelry pieces together. Cut out a piece from a styrofoam container and glue it onto the headrest. Put in some bubbles and add a little jewelry chain to the faucet so you can pull it out like a handheld shower head. So glamorous! Pan and fried eggs. Put some oil onto a piece of aluminum foil and apply 2 flat circles of hot glue. Then add a dot on top for the egg yolks. Color the yolks with yellow nail polish. Use white nail polish for the egg whites. Cut the top of a muselet. You know, the piece of metal that holds a champagne cork like this? Cut all the pieces off except one. That's going to be your pan handle. Bend it out and now you've got a skillet for your eggs. Carefully remove the eggs from the foil with an X-Acto knife and put them into the pan. Breakfast's almost ready. Sock clothes. Use a kid's sock and measure it up to Barbie's body. Now cut the foot part off the sock. Cut the foot of the sock in half. Cut the tip off the toe. And make 2 small holes for the arms. You've just made a top and a skirt for Barbie. Glue a jewel bead on the shirt for extra sparkle. Shoes. Let's make Barbie some wedge shoes. All you need is a cork. Measure and mark the cork to Barbie's foot. Cut the end off the cork. Measure to her foot and mark again. Cut with an X-Acto knife. They should fit on the bottom of the foot like this when you're done. Don't worry if you make a mistake, you can just try again with the rest of the cork. Next, glue a piece of ribbon onto the inside of the shoe where Barbie's foot goes. Place her foot into the shoe and wrap the ribbon around her foot. Cut the ribbon to fit. Glue the other side of the ribbon to the inside of the shoe using tweezers. Put the shoes on and glue some jewels on top. Cool wedge shoes, Barbie!
Remember when this outfit was just a sock and a cork? Faux fur bag. Let's have some fun with pipe cleaners or chenille stems. Attach 2 pipe cleaners at the end and bend them to make the frame of a bag. Twist together, then wrap the chenille stems around the frame, like this. When you run out, just grab another stem and wrap it around. Now grab the other portion of the pipe cleaner left over from the frame and weave it through the pipe cleaners you just wrapped. Do this for the whole purse. When you're done, fold it in half, use a chenille stem to close up the sides. Just sew it through. Then finish sewing. Before you reach the top, put the stem through the chain. The stem will keep the purse strap in place. Cut off the extra part of the stem. Now for the other side. Now Barbie's got a faux fur bag to complete her outfit. Backpack. For this, you'll need a ribbon, a matchbox, a bead, a hair tie, and 2 types of fabric. Cut the sides off a matchbox and glue the ribbon onto one of the sides. Cut a small piece of fabric to fit the little cardboard piece. Glue it back onto the matchbox. Measure the same piece of fabric around the matchbox. Hot glue the fabric around the little box. Use a hair tie to hold it together. Now glue the bottom of the ribbon straps onto the bottom of the backpack. Cut the other fabric in this shape and glue it on the back. Glue a bead to the front of the tip of the fabric and hold it over the top. Use the hair tie to hold the pocket in place. Who's ready for an adventure with Barbie? Swing! Now we're going to show you how to make a Barbie swing out of popsicle sticks. Here's how. Put 3 large sticks together, then use 2 smaller sticks to hold them together. Glue the small stick to the larger sticks on both sides. Make 2 of these. Glue the ends of the small sticks together to make a swing seat. Use small wooden dowels or kebab sticks for the sides of the swing. Make a large A shape. Hot glue it together. Now use another stick for the top. Glue it to the top of the A and slide your swing chains on the top stick. Glue the other side on. Glue another stick to the center of the smaller sticks to stabilize the swing. Place the seat inside the chains. Let's have a swing, Barbie! Necklace. Cut the arm off of Barbie as a charm for your necklace. Remove Barbie's head and place a pen in the bottom so you can easily hold her as you cut. Use an X-Acto knife to remove her face. Grab a round necklace charm like this one. Hot glue the face onto the charm. Glue the hand onto the jewel piece to add another decorative charm to the necklace. Attach the hand charm to the face charm, then add a necklace chain.